Who knew that LIV Golf drug tested?
Apparently can't take NyQuil or Vicks VapoRub.
Yeah, I know Vicks VapoRub.
Vicks VapoRub. I mean, is it sad that we're all sitting here and the first question in our report, I was like, LIV Golf has rules?
Yeah, right. I thought that's why everybody left to go to LIV.
They have an anti-doping policy?
Welcome back to episode 64 of the Loggerhead Golf Podcast. Interesting weekend to finish up the regular PGA Tour season. Overall, how would you guys rate this season compared to last year?
I think it was a great year. On
this whole season, or just the
regular season?
Yeah, the whole season championship.
I mean, I think
Scotty's season. That's it.
Scotty and everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was a great year for the PGA Tour. I mean, how many different winners do we have this year?
A ton.
I mean, Wyndham this week, another first-time winner. It's like seems like every week that, or every field that Scotty wasn't in, we were saying first-time winner.
Yeah,
which which rolls right into FedEx Cup. But I thought, I mean, Wyndham's essentially a home tournament for us North Carolina boys. Season's always finished there, so like it's a pretty important tournament. And with Tropical Storm Debbie, threw some wrench in the things. I'm surprised they were able to get the entire tournament.
I can't believe
Monday,
that they were able.
before Monday.
I was surprised they were able to get the entire 72 holes in. Well, almost the
Well,
entire
technically
72 holes in.
before Monday.
But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So on Sunday they finished the second round, third round, and almost the fourth round.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there was
they finished the fourth round, except
No, but it was our biggest highlight of the year, like I said, is Scotty Scheffler's on another level. I think he deserves to be FedEx Cup champion. Just give him the crown and let everybody else play for second.
Fight for second place.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's not how it works rolling into Memphis this week.
Hypothetically speaking, with the FedEx Cup, because the points reset, right? Well, they reset once you get to the Tour Championship. What?
Well, they don't. The points don't reset. You're essentially handicapped at the Tour Championship.
You handicap the field.
Because they're breaking, after this week, they're going down to 50 players for...
what if Scotty Scheffler don't win the FedEx Cup? Would that be the biggest miss of all time in professional sports?
It makes the entire year pointless. See what I did there?
This is hell yeah. This is just a total tangent. Side note, I don't know, I just thought of this. I only look up.
Well, this year you had him.
I just want to see how big his points are.
Well, Xander closed
it's
him
like-
in pretty good.
Nah, he's not that close.
Yeah,
How
like
big his lead is in the
1,013
FedEx Cup.
or something like that.
Which is like unprecedented, though. Like that's...
Rory's like 3,000 points behind.
Scotty Scheffler had more points between him and third place than Rory McIlroy does in like 50th place. It's unbelievable.
Since when did the PGA Tour website not show? It shows their FedEx Cup position, but not their points.
I don't know.
How shitty is that?
It's very interesting.
Well, this season you had good tournaments, arrests, and yeah,
I mean, just
pretty good.
What happens if Officer Gillis wasn't on the scene? Would Scotty Scheffler have another major this year? That's the thing about golf. You can say what ifs, but they don't mean anything.
I mean, he did come out and shoot or whatever, 60-something or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like his Jordan flu game, except it's Scotty or post-arrest game.
Well, money-wise, he's got a $13 million lead. I can find that.
Oh, because he just got he just added to his other, he got the Comcast Top 10? One of those things that they do. He got another $8 million this week.
He's at $28 million for just his earned, like just his
that's
winnings.
just on course. I was
Right.
saying he just got another $8 million for being the number one player.
And Xander's at 15, almost 16, 15.8.
That doesn't suck.
Why don't they show like the actual points?
It's I don't know.
Budget cuts.
I don't know. This interns need to get together on this app. Let's just say
Okay,
that.
here we go. I found it. So Scotty is at 5,993 points. So basically, let's
How
call
many
that
events did he
6,000.
play?
Probably. Well, he won 6. He must have played 7. And then Xander,
There was actually 8 elevated events. That makes sense.
And
He
then
played
Xander's
16
at
events.
4,057 points. So he's got almost a 2,000 point lead over Xander, and that's second place. And it's basically another 1,500 points to Rory McIlroy. So anyway, long story short, just go ahead and give the FedEx Cup to Scotty and let everybody else play for second place. Because if he doesn't win the FedEx Cup, the playoff system is broken.
No, for sure. I mean, you can't argue that
Right.
that
And
it
it makes
works.
sense.
Yeah.
Playoffs. Playoffs.
No, but I mean, but that's the great thing is like you had Scotty have his dominant year. You had Xander dominate the majors, and then I would say you had the field dominated the rest of the PGA Tour events.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so like the PGA Tour has to sit back and say, you know what, this was a pretty good season. Now, again, my biggest critique is we kind of saw it this week. It's almost like there's two tours within the tour.
Yeah, we've said that. Yeah,
And it doesn't discount what Aaron Rai did because Aaron Rai, based off of his stats since June, he's been a top 10 player in the world.
right.
I mean, he's been progressing, and obviously, you know, to hit that shot on 18, which Tyler, have you played it? I know you've played it, right?
Sedgefield.
I've just worked it.
Oh, you just worked it?
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
was
say,
supposed to because they're part of McConnell, but I never went up and played.
yeah. Well, that second shot on 18, it's a short golf hole, but you're capped at how far you can take it down the fairway, and then you have essentially a 170 shot up the hill. And for him to take it left and cut it, essentially being tied for the lead at that point, I mean, that was an absolute just. If you can hit a cut like that with an iron under that pressure, that's how you know your game and your swing's in a good spot.
That's why you use iron covers.
Are iron covers in, back? I don't know. What do we say? Does Loggerhead start making
First of
custom
all,
iron
shout out
covers?
to my dad because he used head covers up until probably 6 years ago.
Bless his heart.
So shout out Big Tony.
In order for iron covers to be back, they would have had to be in at some point.
That's
or
what I'm
other,
saying.
And they
I
were
mean,
never in.
Do we have to
So,
start making custom Loggerhead
I mean,
iron covers?
Why not? Capitalize on the opportunity.
Please, please.
Hey, I mean, that's just the biggest thing. It is a cool
He just wants
story
to keep
though.
his
Why
clubs.
he said
wants
he
to keep them
used them
clean. Keep
is
them
that his
good
family.
condition.
He didn't come from much. His dad really worked really hard to get him. He said, "I've always had the best equipment."
Yeah.
and I felt like it was his duty to take care of him.
I mean, honestly, good on
And
him
honestly,
for that. But
He obviously he doesn't do anything conventional, and I read a story about him.
you had 2 gloves too, right?
Yeah, he plays with 2 gloves,
2 rain gloves.
Yeah, 2 rain gloves.
Yeah, buddy.
It's hot in Greensboro in August. I mean,
He's come up through the ranks of like many tours. Like he's done it all, and he's been successful at every level. So he does not need to change anything now. And also, like this kind of ties into our business because we've said this multiple times on this podcast. But he doesn't have an equipment contract because he says he doesn't want to be locked down. He wants to make sure he plays whatever works best for him. And how often do we say in the fitting bays when people are like, I want to go matchy-matchy, and we're like, well, that hybrid's like this one club might not work for you. Let's try another brand. And there's so many people that are just like, I don't want to do that.
I think it's more of like you get so many PGA Tour players on, they are all matchy because they're all have under contract with people, and then they see it on TV.
Well, this is where I would say it's probably more of the golf and like the golf viewer doesn't actually pay attention. Like Golf WRX does a good job showing what's in the bags. Scotty Scheffler does not have all TaylorMade clubs.
So you'd be surprised
Xander
at how
Schauffele does not have all Callaway clubs.
how few golfers on tour actually have
I
all
know.
one brand.
The only golfer that does is El Tigre.
Yeah, most
His
of them
play's not
sign a
that
12
good,
or
but
13
he's
club
never
contracts,
playing.
they can have
Tiger's
that.
never playing the most current stuff.
Yeah,
Never does. I mean, he still has the what 5 wood is he playing?
Or it's the regular
M3.
Sim. Oh,
Yeah.
M3.
Yeah, I mean, so like you go through and like if you go free plug for Golf WRX, but if you go in there and look at these pros bags, you'll see multiple golf brands, even though they're
one brand,
One
one
brand.
brand player.
the only guys that are probably that you'll see a complete set is Scotty Cameron Titleist. But
Yeah, well, because the TaylorMade guys and like the Callaway guys always play Vokey wedges because there's so many different grinds and whatnot. That's what
Yeah.
I've seen at least a lot.
yeah, I mean Xander's playing Vokey wedges, Scotty's playing Vokey
Vokey.
wedges. I mean the biggest thing, and we've said this, and I know we've kind of gone off on a tangent here, but before we get back
Tuesdays.
into what happened at the Wyndham, what's the number one thing that can derail Scotty Scheffler right now? About said Scotty Cameron again.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler.
You got Scotty Cameron on the mind.
Terrible
That is
players.
if he changes his golf ball. Honestly, if he changes anything, but just don't change that golf ball, Scotty.
Do not play a TaylorMade ball, Scotty. Do not do it. No knock on TaylorMade balls. Just
You just don't need to change the golf ball.
What's he playing now?
Pro V1.
Everyone, yeah.
He does not need to mess with that golf ball.
No.
I mean, how important was the golf ball switch for Rory in
Huge.
2014?
I mean, it was huge.
Yeah.
He picked up, 11 yards?
He hasn't won a major since then either.
People really don't know how big golf balls are. How big
Well, he
of a-
switched from Nike to Titleist.
He still hasn't won a major since 2014.
Oh, he's playing a TaylorMade now. That's why. I'm just kidding.
Still hasn't won a major in 10 years. That doesn't change a fact. So
You might get canceled for that.
that's okay. All right. So getting back into the Wyndham Championship, obviously the PGA Tour and the tour committee the tournament committee did a great job of getting all 72 holes in by Sunday.
Shout out the
except
maintenance crew.
for one player had to finish half a hole. How do we feel about the I'm going to call it a stunt that Kuchar pulled on Sunday afternoon or Sunday
I think it's dumb.
When I think of Matt Kutchar,
fits.
it's just par for the course.
Yeah. He has really kind of tarnished his image.
It all started with L2 Can.
Yeah. He was always that guy that was like,
He was probably
he was
one of
the nice guy on tour.
He was the Tony Finau of his golf generation.
Right.
What's going on with Tony right now?
Skeletons in the closet.
Some crazy stuff. But no, that essentially they've already deemed Aaron Rai the winner. He was
Right.
in the group in front of Kuchar. Kuchar was in the final group of Max Grazerman. Max Grazerman had just an absolute
Choke.
I won't call it a choke because honestly, that out of bounds tee ball, he missed the fairway by 15 yards and there was a cart path. It's just the worst golf course design in the entire world. I hate golf.
Well, it just kind of gets
cart
squeezed
paths.
in. Yeah.
I mean, get rid of cart paths, please, especially at courses like
He
that.
hit the wrong shot at the wrong time.
Yes. Is the 4 putt from 3 feet a choke?
Yes.
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 We all know that putt that he had coming back after he missed the short one had no chance.
That's the hardest one to make,
But
So to be fair to Matt Kutchar, I will go ahead and say this: is he was T12, obviously. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people at 11 under.
The difference in
it
that
doesn't change
earnings,
the fact he didn't make the.
Yeah, but it's still a difference in earnings.
I will say is he didn't make
the
the
difference in
playoff,
earnings.
though.
I think they
Either
said
way.
was like $12,000.
Yeah,
Do you know what his career earnings are?
$38 million. Or
Yeah,
No, it's like
they
closer to
just-
60.
or
They-
60.
This tournament passed 60 million.
Yeah,
for
there you go.
earnings.
Yeah, but
So,
but when you're
$12,000, Tyler.
And also, he's not making the playoffs.
If I was him, I'd have paid the tour
Okay,
$12,000. Let
let
me go
me
home
make an
early.
argument.
I didn't want to stay at
what
Greensboro
about
another
the
night.
$2 you guys are getting for Pinseeker? When it's down bad, you're down bad.
Do we want to compare career earnings?
I don't have $60 million in career earnings.
different goals there.
Yes, this
yes,
is real.
that's real.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah,
so.
that's real.
That's what he meant by L2 can or
L2
Toucan,
Can is
whatever.
actually the name of the caddy. So
That was in Mexico, wasn't it?
yeah. So I think Mayakoba.
Yeah, he won the
Yeah.
Mayakoba
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, so he won, but he had a
caddy was-
local caddy on
caddy
the
was
bag,
out.
and supposedly, according to Kuchar, they said no matter what, I'm gonna pay you $5,000 for the week.
Right.
Now that being said, when you come out and you win, right?
You should probably give a little bit more than $5,000.
Which I do think
6 might have been
I do
acceptable.
think he ended up having to give him like another 30,000.
Yeah, they ended
like
up.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, now here's what I would say: Matt Kutchar never made it right because Matt Kutchar doubled down. I mean, the best video in the world is after the season when Matt Kutchar was in the top 10, and Matt Kutchar's like, the difference between me and Rory was 1 point. That's 360,000, and Rory was like, yeah, we know all how much that money means to you.
No, where he doubled down is like right after this came out, he tried to claim how because that wasn't his normal caddy, that caddy didn't do as much for him.
Oh, yeah.
And therefore didn't earn
Like,
the traditional
he just-
10%.
He instead of him just coming out and saying, guys, I handle all of this. This is my agent. We'll take care of it. I know this is bad optics. I apologize. We'll get it taken care of. He could have just said that and not done anything, and his
image would have been okay.
his image would have been fine. But the fact that he doubled down on it, and it's like I've never been a Kuchar guy. It's one of those things where a lot of players put on acts. I mean, I can never trust a guy that reverse arm locks. I mean,
like I said, he's probably the only golfer on the planet with his putting style. So getting into it, obviously
what happened?
I say he marked his ball in the fairway. It got dark. They were pushing time or pushing daylight. He marked his ball in the fairway to play his second shot on 18. Said it was too dark to.
How did he
the
get
hole.
there?
Well, he got. Well, I was going to say that's what where we're staying. He's decided he was going to come back the next morning to finish the round of golf.
Okay.
How did he get to the fairway though?
He rushed to the tee box and hit his driver so that he could finish the round.
And what did he do?
Almost hit someone.
Yeah,
Aaron Wright has not hit his second
Wright.
shot yet on
Right.
18. He drove into the group in front of him. Now, like everyone's saying, his 160 ball speed probably wasn't going to touch him. But, I mean...
All that, and he snap looked it.
But and then he comes out and doubles down and is like, I was trying to give Max Grazerman a learning lesson. Guess what Grazerman did? He made par
and went home.
finished second and went home. And now he's in the FedEx Cup playoffs. So what were you teaching Max Grazerman?
That's what I was getting at. I wanted to know what teaching moment could he have been trying to teach there?
Probably slow play. Maybe slow play.
So I think
It's never over till it's over.
There was an issue with Aaron Wright's slow play. I mean, his process to hit the golf ball.
Oh.
I mean, it made Tiger Woods look fast. But he won. You do what you need to do to win, especially when no matter what, the pace play is going to be slow, and the PGA Tour doesn't
enforce any pace of play policies.
Enforce their own policies. But like I could see how Grazerman and Kuchar might have been mad about the pace of play. But what I can't get over is that what did Kuchar do first thing yesterday morning?
Took a temporary obstruction release or whatever.
He
it's
got
called.
a relief, got to go over in 10 fairway. Instead of hitting out of the deep left rough, he gets to hit a hybrid to the front of the green and almost holes out the chip shot.
That's why he marked his ball, because it was so dark he couldn't see that obstruction.
He knew that. No, he could see the obstruction. He knew that he would be able to mark his ball, take relief, clean it, and go over to that spot. That's why he marked. And if he just came out and said that, everyone would say, okay, this still looks bad, but you're using the rules to your advantage. Yeah. And I'm a big believer in if the rules state you can do something, why not? Right? Like
they're there to help you as much as hurt you.
He knew last night that he didn't want to go hit that shot in the dark from that hybrid from number 10.
Yeah.
And also they blew the imaginary horn.
Yeah.
You know, once sunset officially
it was within
hits,
his rights to stop play.
He didn't do anything against the rules.
Right.
But it's just the optics.
When you're the last golfer on the golf course, everybody has finished. And you're in T12 with apparently 10 other guys, and like your 4 or 5 makes no difference on anything.
Because he parred that, right?
Oh yeah,
because it's not like
he lipped out the chip shot.
Because it's not like his, if
he almost took advantage of it.
It's not like if he makes bogey there and drops out of the tie for 12th, that one of those guys are getting into the FedEx Cup playoffs now, right? It meant nothing. It was
you
just
had to win the event to get in.
Yeah, well, even what I'm saying is like even the guys he's tied with, right? It wasn't like anybody was hoping he makes bogey so they can get into the playoffs.
I mean, people were hoping he makes bogey because it increases their winnings,
right? But it wasn't affecting anybody's.
I just feel bad for like
advancement
the tour staff.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
hey, you guys have to stay another day.
Yeah. Crazy. After just an absolute grueling week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something else. It's just the optics of it are bad. It doesn't reflect positively on Kuchar.
Congrats, Aaron Rye, and
yeah, I mean Max Grazerman. I mean,
maybe it's time to retire Matt Kutchar.
I mean, to go eagle or to go hole out eagle, quad. Birdie, double, and I think he followed up on 17 with a birdie.
Hell of a roller coaster.
Par.
But obviously it's a fun tournament to watch. Now getting into who knew that LIV Golf drug tested.
Did you see that story?
Mm-hmm. Apparently can't take NyQuil or Vicks VapoRub.
Yeah, I know Vicks VapoRub.
Vicks VapoRub. I mean, it's sad. Is it sad that we're all sitting here and the first question on the airport, I was like, LIV Golf has rules?
Yeah, right. I thought that's why everybody left to go to LIV.
They have an anti-doping policy?
Yeah. As a proud person of Puerto Rican heritage, I will tell you that Vicks VapoRub is the first thing that I use when I'm sick to just open my chest up.
I mean, I think that's what everybody.
And
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people use.
What does that have to do with you being Puerto Rican? Is it?
That's like a running joke in the Puerto Rican community.
no.
Oh, really?
It's like you're sick, vapor rub.
I mean, that's kind of
I mean,
like that's the same thing in the
that's
South
shit.
here too.
I was gonna say, dang man,
Well, I know, but it's like my grandfather always used to like be like, so put vapor rub in like in a pot of water, let it boil, and just stand over it.
Oh. I don't think you're making your case any better, Tyler.
I might try that just for a good time.
What is in Vicks VapoRub that would flag a drug test?
I don't know. So like
Drugs.
right. I get that.
menthol is menthol wrong?
I was like, maybe is it menthol? But I mean,
Is it
Decongestant.
Is it deer antler spray? Is that in it?
No, it's decongestant.
what's the decongestant though? I mean,
If you take enough decongestant, you can feel some things.
Well, you
my man Graham had a ton of vapor rubs.
all I know is so this is where I think because again we're a speculation pod,
right.
We'll explain facts, but we're also going to speculate. Okay, hear me out.
Oh boy.
You think Graeme McDowell's taking something else
I think Graeme McDowell
and said it was Vicks VapoRub?
No. I think Graeme McDowell was using Vicks VapoRub, but I think he was putting it on his lip every other hole on the golf course. Because what does Vicks VapoRub make you do?
Breathe.
Breathe better.
Yeah.
So if you're on the golf course and you have this here and it gives you, it's like taking smelling salts.
Yeah.
You're getting more air to the brain.
So
It makes you it's a performance
enhancer.
Bingo.
Wow.
No,
That's pretty smart for you, I have to admit.
Hear me out. I'm a firm believer. Try everything. If it works, if it works, it works.
You put Vicks VapoRub on the top of your lip, you're waking up.
That's
you're
what I'm
ready to
saying.
go,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. So in order, like I don't
pseudo-smelling salts,
believe
like you said.
now because he came out and made the most petty freaking statement of all time. Well, unlike other tours, we actually disclose who's been suspended or not. It's like, shut up, Graham.
Yeah.
You've been off the tour now for like 5 years. Like,
You haven't been relevant in 10 or 12.
yeah, exactly.
I guess that's what the Dustin Johnson was using.
Yeah.
Vicks VapoRub.
Those were smelling salts too.
It all checks out.
Yeah. No, but like in order to
Britsky.
get suspended, because again, it's an over the counter.
Right. I mean, if it's over the counter, it shouldn't have anything in it.
The only way I
that
feel
would,
like he could have got suspended is he was actually using it on the golf course
Like,
to help
yeah.
him breathe better.
maybe he put it on his club face.
You know, you can go get like actual Sudafed, like not like just the Sudafed, but like
That thing ain't strong.
real Sudafed.
That ain't
no,
strong enough.
no,
man.
from like the pharmacy. It's technically over the counter.
Over the counter
but you have to
Sudafed.
ask for it. It's like actual, just straight up Sudafed.
I don't
think-
take
yeah.
medicine, so
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm a firm believer. If you're sick, put a sweatshirt on, sweat it out.
there's a lot of
Like,
stuff that you can
That's
get.
how you know you're
So-
from the
counter.
South.
Should we try Vicks VapoRub on the golf course now?
New
Maybe.
video.
That's
Let's
enough
do
for
it.
me, dog.
That's a no for you.
We're all gonna come out with just like oily top. Everyone's gonna be like, what is going on?
What's going on with
No,
you
but
guys?
in order to get suspended for that, I think
You
he's
had to be doing something.
something weird with it.
Well, especially to put out that statement.
Anybody else can
Yeah.
speculate in the comments.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, I'm not saying it's fact.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Bingo.
Just imagine that you go into an office on Monday morning, you're meeting with the press. Yeah, I got caught with Vicks VapoRub. I'm sorry. Disappointed my family.
I
Daddy.
he found like pride and honor by like throwing it out there.
That's what makes it so weird.
That's what makes it so weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's sitting there and it's just like, again, just why do golfers do the things that they do?
Well, golfers are crazy.
Oh,
We have learned
We're
that.
all psychos, you know?
yeah.
Everybody's sitting at a round table.
We're all
Right.
we're all
What are you here for?
opinionated.
Yeah.
Vicks.
We all think we know the answers.
Got an excuse for everything.
Got an excuse for everything.
Damn.
Talking about golf or fishing?
Well, yeah, they're
all
the
of
same.
the above. I mean, same price bracket.
Yeah. All right. So that was just some weird news, but I thought it was funny. Want to get into some show and tell now?
Awesome.
Oh, you gotta tell them your story from this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
is this about your bag?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, just a side note for any cart boys or bag drop staff or cart staff. Don't make remarks about a golfer's golf bag
Or equipment, or a personal
equipment.
items.
You know, like if you want a tip, right?
Or to get punched in the face, apparently.
So playing golf this Sunday, you know, we used a bag drop, unloaded out of the truck.
I'm in the truck. I don't hear this.
He goes to park, and the bag staff puts our bags on the carts, and I'm sitting there, I'm getting stuff out of my bag and getting ready, and the guy comes over, he's like, I've never seen a golf bag like this one before. I was like, yeah, nice, thanks. He's like, those irons deserve a better bag. I was like, what? What kind of statement is that? Well, regardless of how bad the bag is, why do you say it? You know?
Absolutely brutal.
Now, I mean, I'm not fault. I'll judge somebody's golf bag, right? I mean, 14-way bags, like an apartment bag, you know, aircraft carrier bag. I'll judge a golf bag.
The funniest
but
part,
I'm not going to say it to the man's face.
The funny part of this story is I know Caleb was thrown so far off is I didn't hear about this until we're on the third hole. We're just sitting in the car. And Caleb goes, you wouldn't believe this shit.
He was stewing on it. Just stewing.
I had to let it marinate a little while, you know?
And Caleb just looks at me and goes, it's a one-of-one bag. And I was like, Caleb, I know. Like, I was like, you just got bodied by a guy that has the Pebble Beach cart bag bought at Costco.
Well, given where you play, it makes sense.
Yeah, he's probably got Costco irons, KS1 wedges and putter.
Hey, people can have what they...
I didn't say there's anything wrong with them. I'm just
Moral of the
saying.
story is don't comment on other people's stuff.
Right. As long as you want to.
Wait. To their face.
Yeah.
To their face.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if Caleb drives off and be like, that golf bag is kind of like...
What the hell, man?
Yeah. Camo, red.
Whips it around. What did you say? Talk about, get your mouth off my bag.
That golf bag screams stolen Baylor.
I call them McKenzie bags right now.
But anyway, show and tell.
2 golfers sharing one cart shouldn't have to pay 2 separate cart fees. Oh, man, you just know how to push my buttons.
Shank. Let's go to the next one.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. You're not renting the cart itself. You're paying for the privilege to use the cart on the golf course.
You want to know the easiest way not to pay a cart fee?
Is walk.
Like, why do people think that a cart fee should be shared? So, are they only supposed to charge half a cart fee when you're using the cart as a single? Like, if you ask any golf professional,
like I said, if you ask any golf
professional that understands, one, their golf cart fleet budget, how much it is to lease those golf carts, how much money you need to make on cart fees for the year. They're going to look at you when you try to ask this question or make a statement.
$20 ain't so bad for a cart fee.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Because trust me, golf courses aren't making money on cart fees.
Well, they are.
Well,
some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah, I say if it's done right, they are.
Yeah, if it's done right. Now, what's the most expensive cart fee you guys have paid?
Probably
$25.
Yeah,
25,
no more than 30.
30 maybe.
I've paid, I think, 28, and that's the highest I've seen.
Yeah.
And that was at a resort down in Florida.
Yeah.
Which, like, if you're playing
per that
per person.
Per that market, that's probably not too bad then.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
That golf, like, trust me, I'm all for golf being cheaper.
But that's not it.
That's not it.
Yeah.
That ain't it, Chief.
That ain't it. And also, if you're so worried about the $26,
if you're worried about the $20,
get you a push cart. Trust
yeah.
me, I used to make fun of push carts. If I walk, I'm using a push cart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dude, she's elite. Brooke Henderson?
Yeah, until they made the rules change. She
Great depth.
played a 47-inch driver.
Yeah, 47, 48 inch driver.
She's
Yeah.
never really kind of
Recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's long. It's longer than John Daly, but
Yeah, so she used to use
she makes it work for her.
47-inch G400 that she used forever.
the instructor in me tells people when they see this image, they think, oh, well, one of the best players in the world plays with their backswing that long. I can do it. What are most...
I was like, that's my feet.
Yeah, man.
Stop playing footsie with
What are you sprawling out over there, getting comfy? Most golfers be like, oh, I swing the club that long. I can play golf. Well, what's the difference? What are most golfers going to do from that position?
Are they going to tilt and then throw the club?
Well,
What also is Brooke
casting.
Henderson doing?
She's turning.
She's hit the brakes with her lower body,
Right.
and she's using her upper body and core to turn.
Correct.
Most people open up that back leg.
Yeah. I would say you can tell because her feet are still on the ground.
I was
Right.
going to say, plus she's probably a little more athletic, so she can actually turn.
Well,
you know,
she might be a little more flexible.
yeah.
And she uses her hands.
Yeah.
So,
No.
no, I mean, I think this is. I mean,
There's a reason why there's not one way you can swing a golf club.
There's a reason why
Right.
she's one of the best players on the LPGA
And
Tour.
she's won how many times on tour?
Yeah.
It's like Arnold Palmer said, swing your swing.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Also,
going to be so good.
Also, shout out to Lydia Ko this weekend.
Yeah. Only she's
won every medal.
She went bronze, silver.
We finally
and
have.
gold.
We said it the week prior. We don't know about Olympic golf until we actually have some history. We finally have Olympic golf
we've got
history.
some history. Yeah.
I mean, she's the first Olympian in golf to win all 3 medals.
Yeah.
I mean, now is she the youngest ever to go in the LPGA Hall of Fame?
Yeah, 27.
She got her final point to get in automatically into the LPGA Hall of Fame. That's unbelievable. I see why she broke down on the podium.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing.
A couple of notes. Number one, will we ever see that happen again?
We thought Rosang was going to do it. It's just golf is so deep now.
It takes 12 years to do that.
Well, I mean, look at Nelly. Nelly didn't back up her last performance.
Yeah, and then my other note on Lydia Ko was of the child phenom golfers, that we think of. She's probably been the one that has backed it up.
I mean, she's had a career. 15.
She's won enough to be a Hall of Fame member before 30. So I mean, she's had a pretty good career.
Like that I watched it. I put it on. She kind of had a John Rahm situation. She had a 4-shot lead going into the back 9, then made a double bogey from 130 yards in the fairway, and then but obviously she played really good coming in, made a birdie.
Yeah.
I mean, that was unbelievable. That's history. That's what we need in Olympic golf.
Yeah.
It
needs some history.
Now,
That's a flush.
But we got now here Bryson, DeChambeau, and John Daly filming a Break 50 episode at Old Hickory Country Club. What do you think they'll shoot? So the Bryson and Trump video did pretty well. They shot 50.
Trump's also a G.
Yeah. What do we think these two could shoot?
Depends on how much bourbon he's had to drink.
I don't know. It's like Bryson and Sergio didn't.
But they played the white tees.
Oh,
they played the white tees.
I'm sure they'll play the reds.
I'll say, I would think they probably play the reds for this one. That's kind of the whole premise and the whole point of the thing.
If Daly goes through a whole pack of darts, they'll shoot 49.
So I saw videos. I think Daly was getting Bryson a drink.
I saw that too.
So I'm gonna go under.
You're gonna take the under?
I'm gonna take the under
on under 50.
Yep. I'm gonna think they're gonna.
I mean, he's playing barefoot. And
I think they're
gonna shoot under 50 if you're playing barefoot.
Yeah. Well.
Nick's just fixated on them toes now.
Stop. No, that's. I mean, I think that's
flush.
I'm gonna take the line on that one.
I'm all for it. Those videos are fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, how many views did the Bryson
I'm gonna
and
say
Trump
they
video
have
get?
a putt on the last hole for a 49 and miss it and make and shoot 50.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Going all Nostradamus on y'all now.
Spell it.
I can't.
Under review, Callaway Golf is reportedly conducting a full strategic review of its top golf business per FOS. What's FOS? I don't know. The company is reportedly disappointed with financial results of its driving range entertainment venture that has seen an 8% drop in sales this year. Who could have saw it coming? Because how expensive is it?
Literally everybody.
It is more expensive to go play golf for an hour at Top Golf than 90% of golf courses, public golf courses.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you do like I was talking with Brandon Shaft and Balls about this because he commented pretty heavily on it too. It's like during when Top Golf was popular, nobody thought to do the math of, okay, I'm taking 6 people, we're gonna go do this, have fun, $150. Well, now that the trend slowed down and now golfers are going to Top Golf, not just recreation. It's like, wait a second, I just hit balls. We played one game in an hour and a half, and it took us an hour and a half to finish that game. And per player, that just cost us about $110.
Well, I think when Top Golf first opened, I'm pretty sure it was just a single bay fee, and you can have as many people, and y'all just split it.
Right.
Now it's like a per person, which like Top Golfs are fun. I've been to a bunch of them. I mean, I feel like anywhere I go that's on a golf trip, we eventually find ourselves over to one. But I mean, they just don't.
To me, Top Golf is a novelty thing.
Yeah.
And then once the novelty wears off of it,
the market is not. They thought
gonna,
it was going to be
tumble.
everybody, but they're more of an entertainment venture for corporate outings, things like that. But they also thought that normal golfers were going to support them, they're not getting that.
Like I said, for the normal golfer, it's a novelty thing.
Yeah.
You go and do it once, like, okay, been there, done that. You know, don't really care to go back.
Yeah.
You got to, if you're Top Golf, you've got to continue to
We were eventually and
change
also
your
too,
menu somewhat,
they put
right? Change
too
what the
many of
game
these in
is.
small markets.
Yeah. I said they flooded the market.
They were supposed
quite
to have
quickly.
one coming to Wilmington. That ain't going to happen now. I mean, obviously, we're not
We're
not a financial pocket.
Really
You don't want us to be, but-
ironic about this is Callaway, not even a year ago, bragged that last year every
They were
business of ours
valued at how many
we're
billion?
over $1 billion with every venture that we have, and then not even a year later, this is happening. And someone made a good point. It's like the other problem that they're going to face is as they close these locations, whoever wants to buy it, they're not buying it for anything that's there. The Top Golf facility is not reusable.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to have to pay an extraordinary amount of money for that piece of land and tear it down, you know? So it'll be interesting. I think
I'm a Callaway guy. Part of the reason too, because
Bless
you
your heart.
have Drive Shacks. I like Drive Shack. Drive Shack uses TrackMan. The top tracer that they use is eh. But I mean, it's
fun fact: the golf balls can crack
also
your driver,
too.
so don't
Also
make
too. I
sure.
mean, this is a bigger conversation. I mean, I think golf is finally starting to level itself back off. Like
Kind of self-correct a little bit after
the COVID boom.
I'd say the boom from COVID.
I mean, I think you're finding out now who's got into golf during COVID is either sticking with it and buying into golf, as in either getting memberships, going to places like this. I mean, where you're seeing places like entertainment venues for golf succeed, it's like Tiger Woods, Pop Stroke.
Pop Stroke.
Things like stuff that you can do fast, cheap.
No, Pop Stroke's not really cheap either, but I mean, it's relatively
It's like
compared to
$25.
this. That's like 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
When I was in
I
Florida,
mean, for
it
a
was
putt, essentially, that's pretty expensive,
yeah,
but it's nice. I mean, it's fun.
yeah, way less operating costs than the Top Golf.
Yep.
But I don't know, crazy stuff. Good conversation though.
Yep. So let us know your thoughts below. If you haven't already, subscribe, turn on push bell notifications, and we'll see you on the next episode.